So now we will discuss the summary for chapter 3. So chapter 3, communication. Communication fundamentals. A network can be as complex as devices connected across the internet, or as simple as two computers directly connected to one another with a single cable, and anything in between. Networks can vary in size, shape, and function. However, simply having a wired or wireless physical connection between end devices is not enough to enable communication. For communication to occur, devices must know how to communicate. People exchange ideas using many different communication methods. However, regardless of the method chosen, all communication methods have three elements in common. The first of these elements is the message source or the sender. Message sources are people or electronic devices that need to send a message to other individuals or devices. The second element of communication is the destination or receiver of the message. The destination receives the message and interprets it. A third element, called a channel, consists of the media that provides the pathway over which the message travels from source to destination. Communication begins with a message or information that must be sent from a source to a destination. The sending of this message, whether by face to face communication or over a network, is governed by rules called protocols. These protocols are specific to the type of communication method occurring. In our day to day personal communication, the rules we use to communicate over one medium, like a telephone call, are not necessarily the same as the protocols for using another medium, such as sending a letter. For example, consider two people communicating face to face. Prior to communication, they must agree on how to communicate. If the communication is using voice, they must first agree on the language. Next, when they have a message to share, they must be able to format that message in a way that is understandable. For example, if someone uses the English language but poor sentence structure, the message can easily be misunderstood. Each of these tasks describe protocols put in place to accomplish communication. This is also true of computer communication. Many different rules or protocols govern all methods of communication that exist in the world today. Rule establishment. Before communicating with one another, individuals must use established rules or agreements to govern the conversation. For example, the protocols are necessary for effective communication. These rules or protocols must be followed in order for the message to be successfully delivered and understood. Protocols must account for the following requirements: an identified sender and receiver, common language and grammar, speed and timing of delivery, and confirmation or acknowledgement requirements. The protocols that are used in network communications are share many of these fundamental traits. In addition to identifying the source and destination, computer and network protocols define the details of how a message is transmitted across the network. Common computers protocols include the requirements. Each of these will be discussed in more details. So now we are done for the chapter 3 summary. Thank you for watching and I hope you learned from me.